Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5, Owula Hansen Lane at Tesano. I'm Frema Edunyame. Coming up. President Mahama, impressed with Ofanko and Somom road works, pushes for early completion.
This alignment of the road is the road that links Accra to Kumasi. This is the old alignment, and some people have expressed concern that with the announcement of the new Accra Kumasi Expressway, this road is going to be abandoned. This road is not going to be abandoned.
Minority in Parliament accuses government of targeting special prosecutor, thus undermining anti-corruption efforts.
The arrowhead of the office has become a target. Mr. Speaker, there has been an attempt to remove some constitutional officers already. And now we are coming to this particular office of the special prosecutor.
Also coming up, NPP amends constitution to chart strategic path after 2024 election defeat.
Expanded our electoral college to make room for former party executives, at least at the constituency, regional, national level, and even former members of parliament to have a voting right. All these are done to address the issue of apartheid.
Newborn with cleft lip abandoned at Cape Coast Teaching Hospital.
Somebody abandoned a baby because the child was born with cleft lip, and we have accepted to put the child on our nutritional support until the child attains the right age, the right weight, and the right HB to go through surgery.
In Channel 1 Business. Ghana's inflation hit 6.3% in November, lowest since 2021 CPI rebasing. And in Channel 1 Sports. Black Queen's chair calls for reliable support to boost team's progress. Let's begin from the seat of government, where the President, John Dramani Mahama, has expressed satisfaction with progress on the Ofanko-Nsawam Road project and urged contractors to accelerate work to ensure completion ahead of schedule. During a visit on Wednesday, he expressed optimism that the contractors would meet the project deadline. Channel 1 News' presidential correspondent Akusi Otre reports.
Exactly 90 days after his previous inspection, President Mahama recalled the challenges he encountered when he first visited the stretch of the road project. Pleased with the contractors, he has been assured that the 33.4-kilometer project will be completed before the July 2026 scheduled date.
I'll urge the contractor to continue to push hard. The last time I came, he assured us that by July next year, he'll be able to hand over the road. But if I look at the progress being made, I'm sure that by April next year, if you guys push hard, you'll be able to finish this road and hand it over.
He also assured residents and motorists that the ongoing Ofanko-Nsawam Road project will not be abandoned despite concerns over the recent announcement of a new Kumasi Expressway.
This alignment of the road is the road that links Accra to Kumasi. This is the old alignment, and some people have expressed concern that with the announcement of the new Accra Kumasi Expressway, this road is going to be abandoned. This road is not going to be abandoned. Work is still ongoing. Even if you go into the eastern region stretch, towards Apega, all the way towards Senyinam, there's road work going on, and we're going to add the Ashanti region end of it so that we open up the road. This road will still be a very important road.
Minister of Roads reminded the President he has fulfilled all financial obligations as far as the project is concerned.
This project is the most critical alignment between Accra and the second most important town in Ghana, Kumasi.
When you came to office, the distress that this road caused the public and the concern, you directed that the finance minister carry out whatever he can do to make sure this contractor is paid. Indeed, that has been paid. And I must say that the contractor has significantly worked, done a lot of work. So, Your Excellency, your big push is already yielding results, and we believe that you will leave a legacy that all Ghanaians will be proud of.
The contractor of this particular road project, that is the Ofanko Nsowan project, has given all assurances that work would progress steadily and with speed. Well, for the president, he has given all assurances to the general public and to residents living within this area that by Q2 2026, it will be commissioned to the general public. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Akosia Otre.
The minority in Parliament says attempt by the government to remove the special prosecutor, Kisi Jabin, undermines the NDC's commitment towards the fight against corruption. The caucus says the budgetary request made by the OSP has been reduced by 50%, affirming that the government is not minded to tackle corruption. Debating the 2026 budget estimate for the OSP, the deputy ranking member on the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, Hassan Tampoli, said the head of the investigative body has become a target by the government. Channel 1 News' Ni Ayikwe Okain reports.
The consideration of the 2026 budget estimates for the Office of the Special Prosecutor, the Minority Caucus questioned the government's commitment towards the fight against corruption following the referral of petitions for the removal of the Special Prosecutor over alleged misconduct to the Chief Justice.
The arrowhead of the office has become a target. Mr. Speaker, there has been an attempt to remove some constitutional officers already. And now we are coming to this particular office of the Special Prosecutor. What is his crime?
Mr. Speaker, there's no way the government is pursuing anybody out of office. There's no way. That cannot be a statement of fact on this floor. Citizens have rights to petition, and they must have done that. It does not constitute a removal. So don't make that suggestion.
While debating the motion for the 2026 budget estimates for the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, the Minority Chief Whip, Frank Anadompre, disclosed that the service provider in charge of the disposal of liquid waste of Parliament has not been paid since the beginning of the year, as well as other environmental service providers.
Speaker, what is critical is that sanitation service providers, the whole of this year, they've not been paid. None of them has been paid. And the whole liquid waste of Parliament, the company that is responsible for treating liquid waste generated by Parliament, the whole year they've not been paid. There should be an extra engagement with the Minister of Finance. Our colleague is here. All over the country, landfill sites, liquid waste being generated, solid waste being generated, the service providers are not being paid. And the Ministry of Local Government, the issue of local government is under them.
The second Deputy Minority Whip, Jerry Ahmed Shaib, also took a swipe at the government for failing to release the 100 million Ghana cedis promised to Assembly members for the year 2025.
Assembly members were in this chamber, and then the minister threw his rhetor in a nicer way and said that he was going to pay Assembly members allowances. He indicated he was going to give them 100 million cedis. Speaker, do you know how much they have received? 25 million. Now 75 million.
In as much as I appreciate the call, I want you to also appreciate the fact that this is an improvement. Even though it is not up to the level that we all want, this is a marked improvement over what has happened.
Throughout the consideration of the 2026 budget estimates, concerns have been raised by lawmakers about the insufficient release of funds to ministries by the Finance Ministry. However, the Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyako Ampim assured Parliament that those concerns would be addressed. Reporting for Channel 1 News from Parliament, Ni Ayikwe Okain.
A new baby with a cleft lip has been abandoned by her mother at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. The woman reportedly slipped out of the facility after realizing her child had been born with the condition, leaving the baby behind. This incident reflects the continuing stigma and inhumane treatment suffered by many children born with cleft conditions in Ghana and across Africa. Central Regional Correspondent Takwesiado reports.
Channel 1 news sources confirmed that the mother left the hospital on Friday, November 28, and has since not returned after discovering her newborn had a cleft deformity. All attempts to trace or contact her have so far been unsuccessful. For now, the baby is being cared for by a midwife at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, while Operation Smile Ghana, an organization that provides free cleft lip and palate surgeries, is offering additional support.
Somebody abandoned a baby because the child was born with cleft lip, and we have accepted to put the child on our nutritional support until the child attains the right age, the right weight, and the right HB to go through surgery.
In Ghana, Ministry of Health data indicates that about 400 children are born with cleft conditions every year.
On the average, we are getting to 400 to 500 cases almost every year with children that are born with cleft and palates.
Although experts have not established a definitive cause, some link the condition to lifestyle factors in early pregnancy. Others point to genetic or hereditary influences or to exposure of pregnant women, particularly those living in galamsey-prone areas, to hazardous heavy metals.
Children are born with it for different reasons. There's an interplay between some genetic factors and then a few things in the environment. So some drugs can predispose children to it. Not taking enough folic acid for the young childbearing women.
Raising a child with a cleft condition can be emotionally overwhelming for many parents. In some parts of Africa, the stigma is so severe that parents resort to extreme actions, including harming the child. Those who survive often endure social exclusion, which negatively affects the education and overall development.
Others understand it's a malformation from birth. Others want to outcast their children. They don't want them to be seen in public and otherwise.
Through Operation Smile's initiatives, 120 children from the Central, Western and Western Rough regions have undergone successful surgeries in 2025 alone.
These children are, some of them are put to death. We know some tribes who don't tolerate this kind of birth defect, so they kill these babies at birth.
For the Channel 1 Newsroom, I am Takwesiado, Central Region.
One suspected criminal has been confirmed dead following an intelligence-led operation conducted by the IGP Special Operations Team in the Tamale metropolis on Monday. According to police sources, officers had moved into the Abuabu Forest Enclave as part of an operation targeting criminal gangs believed to be involved in armed robbery and illicit drug trafficking. While advancing into the area, the team reportedly came under sudden gunfire from a group of armed men, placing the officers' lives in immediate danger. The police returned fire to neutralize the threat, resulting in the shooting of one armed suspect. Officers quickly arranged for medical assistance. However, the suspect was pronounced dead upon arrival at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Now moving on, the coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives in Ghana is demanding that the government immediately settle all outstanding salary arrears, describing the recent payment of 1 month's salary as an insult. The group is urging the government to present a clear written payment plan for the remaining arrears by the first week of December 2025. In a statement dated December 2, the coalition acknowledged receiving 1 month's salary in November 2025, calling it a small step that reflects the impact of their collective action. However, it stressed that the gesture is inadequate, noting that 1 month's pay for after 11 to 12 months of service is far from satisfactory. The New Patriotic Party says its newly amended constitution provides a clear strategic pathway to addressing the factors that led to its defeat in the 2024 general elections. Now, this follows a wide range of amendments adopted at its National Delegates Conference in July 2025. Now, out of 56 proposed resolutions, delegates approved 54. There is more in this report.
Key among these amendments are the expansion of the Electoral College for inter-party elections to include former party officers and government appointees, and the restructuring of key party organs, shifting some positions from appointment to election. Speaking at the launch of the new regulations, the party's General Secretary, Justin Frimpong-Kodia, admitted that neglect of party members and a breakdown in communication contributed significantly to the party's defeat. He said the new constitution directly responds to those challenges.
But in our current constitution, I'm proud to say that we have expanded our electoral college to make room for former party executives, at least at the constituency, regional, national level, and even former members of parliament to have a voting right. All these are done to address the issue of apathy in our party.
Kodia also stressed that after the party's experience in the 2024 elections, the NPP will no longer compromise on its security and intelligence arrangements in future polls.
I'm also happy that our party never again will we take security for granted. And indeed, with what happened in December 2024, the party going forward will forever take our security and intelligence as a very serious tool in our body politics.
The New Patriotic Party has launched its amended Constitution 2025. They say it contains regulations and strategies that will make the party formidable and address issues that resulted in the party's loss in 2024. There's a clarion call for unity ahead of 2028. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Hansen Ajiman.
Now, for more on this, we are joined in the studio by the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed. Thank you very much, Haruna. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, so you have launched your amended constitution. How did the event go?
The event went well. But first, I must say good evening to your cherished viewers and yourself. It was a very fantastic program. We had very senior members of our party who sat in for the launch of the amended constitution of the New Patriotic Party.
Did you sell some of the constitution?
Yeah, we auctioned some.
And you made good money from it?
Because I'm not in the committee, I may not be able to tell whether they have been able to get some process. But it was agreed that the constitution be sold, and this happens across various political parties because there is cost element in terms of the printing of the constitution.
Right now, one major highlight, in this whole constitution is the expansion of the Electoral College, to allow executives and office holders to be part of this. How is this addressing these concerns?
Well, this is a very major concern that emanated from the report that we had from Professor Michael Quay's committee's report. It actually recommended for the OMO, what we call the one man, one vote. But for the meantime, since we will not be able to put all the structures together to get a one man, one vote, what we have to do is to have what we call limited expansion. So there was that recommendation for the limited expansion. And that limited expansion included former members of parliament, former MMDCs, former ministers, former deputy ministers, former regional, former constituency executives, and TESCON patrons and other members of the party who were deemed necessary to be added to the structure and decision-making of the party, as was resolved on the 19th of July at the Legon Sports Stadium, which was adopted by Congress and being launched today as a political party.
You know, your General Secretary also admitted that internal tensions and communication breakdowns, affected the party's chances in the 2024 elections. How are these new provisions, addressing party unity, discipline across board, polling stations, regional structures and all?
In actual fact, he did not say there was a communication breakdown. What he said was that there was a certain gap in terms of the structure of the party for communication. So because of that particular identification, and in every tool that you use in a research work, must be able to fill a certain gap. So that gap existed, and we needed to fill that. And he also pointed that throughout our tradition, and he made mention of Right Reverend, Right Honorable Professor Mike Eronokwe, who is a constitutional lawyer, that we have not as a party been able to identify how to fight the propaganda tool of the NDC. So as a result of that, it is only communication or effective communication that will be able to address that. So as a result of that, at the polling station level, we are putting in communication officers who will be able to take up the communication activities of the party. In that instance, we'll be filling in those particular gaps that we saw in 2024 and the previous years, so that the recommendations of the Professor Michael Quay's committee's report will be able to serve well as a good meal for the party. The
establishment of the Patriotic Institute has generated some interest. How significant is this?
Yes, the Patriotic Institute is one of the institutes that is going to be an engine of the party. Many people lauded the very good idea of the party, which has been transcended from previous executives to the current executives who have mastered the courage to be able to launch it. And President Kufuor was there. He spoke wisdom at the launch of the Patriotic Institute. As we sit now, we have been able to train a good number of people, and first of which is the social media persons. We took them through the legal procedures, how the boundaries of social media communications and how to effectively communicate party activities, how to be able to address propaganda, and so many. We did the first cohort, and then we'll be doing the second cohort. There are mandatory courses that the party executives will have to go through, and this will be invited through the party executive to go through, and those who will have the opportunity to contest in the upcoming internal elections will have to also go through some level of training at the Patriotic Institute. So it's going to be a very good process, a very good program, and everybody's going to get something out of that.
Now, this whole review is about rebuilding the NPP, for 2028 elections. With everything that has happened, how confident are you that it positions the NPP as a very competitive party ahead of 2028 elections?
In fact, the only competitive party in Ghana is the NPP.
Really?
Yes, the only competitive party. We are the only political party that we have not changed our form. We have always maintained that we are liberal conservative party. And we have stood our grounds in terms of where we have come from. We are the only political party, even though we are liberal conservative party, we have implemented so many social interventions. And we have also tilted towards making sure that the private sector, as President Kufuor said, that is the engine of growth. We have been able to empower and to make sure that we open up the gate so that the economy of Ghana will grow on the strength of the outside contributors, which is the private sector. And then you give the opportunity to people to be able to create and support job opportunities in government structures. So for us, in all these particular instances, what we have done and the mortality rate of the activities that the new Patriotic Party has been able to do based on our implementations in government still is high, because if you check the things that we have done, they still exist and still impacting on the good image of the country and also changing lives of the people. If you talk about health insurance is in existence, it's working, it's because of our policy that we should bring it. If you check the school feeding program, it is contributing to retention in school and also contributing to people getting opportunity to be educated. If you check the metro mass transit system, it is able to contribute to transportation system within the country. If you check the road infrastructure, it has reduced the number of accidents, access and food be able to transport from farming centers to, if you check the free senior high school policy.
You have quite a list.
All these things has impact within the streams of our government
So let's
sector.
also now check Pandai and its issues. The NPP has not been too excited about this. How are you dealing with it?
Yes, For Pandai, we have two issues after the judgment that was delivered by the High Court judge in Tamale. This is the first time, I'm not a lawyer, but this is the first time that I've seen a judgment. It's about 155 pages. A judge in his judgment has failed to even do what we call the case law. The judge has gone to produce copy tables, tables that has mathematical calculations of the opinion of other lawyers.
So
and their presentations.
how are you dealing with it?
I'm just addressing some of these matters because it's good that we should be able to get some of these matters very streamlined and to appropriately make the ethical standards within the legal system to be applied. So we have appealed against the decision of the High Court. We have also applied for a stay of execution at the High Court, which will be heard on the 10th of this month. We've also gone to the Supreme Court for an order, a judicial review by order of certiorari to be able to deal with that particular matter. How is this matter going to be dealt with? When you table the Supreme Court matter, in Akwetia, that is the Republic versus NSCOMI, the NDC, we were relying on the 6th of January's Gazette. The NDC filed a motion, and this is a motion. The suit number J5/24/2025, which was filed by at the Superior Court of Judicature, the Supreme Court. A decision was made, and this was what was was put in by the NDC.
Right.
The Supreme Court ruled in that particular case, indicating that the valid gazette for the 2024 elections is the gazette on the 24th of December.
Right.
So not the 6th of January. So in that particular instance, it means that the judge in Tamale did not have jurisdiction.
Right.
So he did not have the locus to have even sat on the matter. And this is a matter that is going before the same Supreme Court. And I hold in my hand the gazette.
Right. So we have to wait for the outcome of all your the appeals that you have made.
Yes, we would have to wait for the... But then we are very confident of the Supreme Court matter because they have decided on that particular. So I went today and procured the Gazette notification again, which has not changed.
Right.
So all the places that has been declared, and Pandai is captured. It's captured here. It's captured here, which is captured on the 24th of December.
Right.
The same as Akwetia.
Right.
So if you go to the in Sawama Doajiri, it's a SIF, which is captured here.
Right.
So all that has been captured,
so
and the Supreme Court will take a decision on that.
We'll wait
but
to
permit me to indicate on a matter that the Speaker has
I'll give you 30 seconds for that.
30 seconds. The Speaker has quoted when to use the Court of Appeals rules and says that there is a mandatory. So agree. If he's talking about the mandatory period, that is point of law. But if he's talking about our application for stay of execution, then he has erred, because it is only one chamber, and the chamber of the court is the only chamber that can decide on an application, not the chamber of parliament.
Right, thank you very much, Haruna Mohammed, Deputy General Secretary of the NPP. We'll wait to hear what the court says about your appeal. Thank you very much for coming. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom, still to come. Ghana's inflation hit 6.3% in November, lowest since 2021 CPI rebasing. We'll be right back. Do stay.
Having the right diagnosis can save your life. Welcome to SynLab. Inside the state-of-the-art facility, patients have the benefits of cutting-edge technology, experienced lab technicians, personalized care in our ultra-modern clinic, and most importantly, answers.
I've been doing all my tests at MedLab for over 20 years, till they rebranded to SynLab. You know, he was just a little boy when I started bringing him to MedLab. Oh, sorry, SynLab.
SynLab. SynLab is the new MedLab.
My family trusts SynLab.
At SynLab, our highly trained personnel give our clients personalized attention
every step of the way.
SynLab is the preferred option for your annual routine health checks to avoid negative health surprises.
SynLab is the new MedLab.
SynLab, medical excellence for you.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Rooted in heritage. Shaped by ambition. Defined by style. Inspired by soul. This is Afro Quality, the first multi-country concept store for African brands. Now in Nairobi, Kigali, and Accra.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother more. If you it's your boy. Kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the great. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Pearl. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Kwame and his caller are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late? Of course.
Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Me and you coffee be luckiest. No matter why you're lucky. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You're welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Business with Neteli Nete Achaho.
Channel 1 Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
This Christmas Eve, skip the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Welcome to the Situation on White Party 2025, where the music never stops, the energy never drops, and the fun never ends. Celebrating grand style with great music, irresistible food, and an atmosphere that screams good vibes only. Date 24th December 2025. Venue Good Park near the Accra Mall. Time 8 p.m. till late. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Get ready for electrifying live performances from Kofi Kinata, Kwabua, Perez Music, Inchin Chin Band, and DJ Mingle. Wear your best all-white fit. Bring your dancing shoes and let's light up the night together. Book your tables now. Call 0205-973-973. It's Christmas Eve. Don't miss it. The Situation on White Party 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM. And it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Bethel Logistics, and Hallmark Cafe.
Natalie, you're welcome. And we are getting some good news. Inflation goes to 6.3.
It's getting down, and we are hoping that the prices by the end of the year.
Of course, I mean, it showed at Agri-Fair, and it's even going to be better at Situation. Yes, tell us more.
Let's get straight to our stories now. And Ghana's inflation rate continued its steady decline in November 2025, falling to 6.3%, the lowest level recorded since the 2021 rebasing of the Consumer Price Index. This marks the 11th consecutive month of easing price pressures, reinforcing signs of macroeconomic stability. There's more in this report.
Yusuf attributed the continued decline to broad-based improvements in both food and non-food categories, as well as stabilizing market conditions. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, food inflation dropped significantly, falling from 9.5% in October to 6.6% in November. This reflects sustained easing in prices across major food groups, supported by better food supply and moderated transportation and distribution costs. The latest inflation report also shows that both locally produced and imported goods are stabilizing, deepening the positive outlook for consumers. Here is government statistician Dr. Ahassan Idrisu giving a breakdown of the data.
Barely 1 year ago, in December 2024, inflation was 23.8%. Today, we are down by 17.5 percentage points. By any measure, that signals a major shift towards stability. Inflation dropped to 6.6% in November, from 9.5% in October. Month to month, food prices rose by 1.1%. So while food prices are still increasing slightly, the pace of increase has slowed sharply compared to earlier months. Non-food inflation is now 6.1%, down from 6.9% in October. Non-food prices went up by 0.8% between October and November 2025. When we look at goods versus services, we see an encouraging trend. Inflation for goods slowed to 7.3% from 9.3% in October.
Now, the Ghana Hotels Association is warning that the recent progress made in the hospitality industry is under threat following the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission's latest utility tariff adjustments. The PURC has approved new electricity and water rates under its 2026 to 2030 multi-year tariff review, with the increases set to take effect on January 1, 2026. President of the association, Dr. Edward Akanyamike, tells Channel 1 Business that the hikes will further strain hotels and other service sector operators who are already struggling with elevated operating costs.
You recall that in the 2026 budget, in some review of the VAT regime, companies at 20%, and then getting rid of the COVID-19 levy, and of course, including the NHIL and the GET fund in the VAT calculation at the 20%. But with this 9%, almost 10% increment in the electricity and almost 16% for water, what it simply means that any gains that we're going to make from the reviewed VAT system is going to be eroded by the adjustment in the tariffs. The government has given with one hand and is going to take with the other. The best we can do is to go back to our books and then see how that will impact on our pricing so that we remain in business.
Now, Ghana Post is boosting its logistics operations this festive season with the rollout of its Delivering Joy to Your Door promotion, an initiative designed to guarantee faster and more reliable delivery of parcels across the country. The campaign underscores the company's bid to strengthen its position within Ghana's rapidly expanding e-commerce and logistics landscape. There's more in this report.
Ghana Post says this year's rollout marks the first time it is embarking on the initiative with the launch of the festive season delivery promotion, a move designed to attract a broader customer base. Managing Director Rita Straha said the company is positioning its logistics networks to handle increased parcel volumes and urge households and businesses to use its services through the peak period.
Ghana Post delivers parcels, letters, and any other thing that anybody wants to send to their loved ones. We are going to this season make it even more joyful for you because we are going to introduce more efficiency into our operations, more speed, and that is what this is about. And also to let people know that bring your things, start early, and that we are on standby and ready to deliver joy to the people that you love.
She added that Ghana Post remains a reliable player in the market despite growing concerns over trust and service quality within the wider delivery sector.
You have to join the fray. That is what everybody is doing. So let's join and do and take advantage of where the world is going. And then at Ghana Post, we are trustworthy. We can deliver. So bring it to Ghana Post. Come online through Ghana Post and we'll deliver to you.
Let's now bring an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's all for business. I am Nete Ajahu. Back to you, Firma.
Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Let's now do some other stories. A private legal practitioner, Martin Pegu, has been detained by officers at the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, on Wednesday, December 3, preventing investigators from questioning him over corruption allegations against Special Prosecutor Kisi Jabing. Pegu, who had arrived to meet with OSP officials, reportedly clashed with police officers at the gate and was taken into custody before any interrogation could take place. Sources indicate that a special prosecutor could not proceed with questioning while he was in police custody. He was subsequently granted bail, requiring a landed property in his name as security. But upon the return of his lawyer, he could not be located. The incident follows ongoing tensions between Pegu and the special prosecutor, with the lawyer repeatedly criticizing the OSP's handling of investigations. He has accused the office of procedural lapses and of delegating inquiries to junior officers reporting directly to Mr. Jabing. Let's now speak to one of his lawyers, Marcellus Bia. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
Yes, thank you too for granting us the audience.
Now, can you help us appreciate today's events leading to your client's detention?
Yes, so I will begin by saying that this is just an unnecessary show of power in the sense that we honored the OSP's invitation to help them in investigating allegations that Martin had made against the office. So we arrived at the office at about 2 o'clock. And when they were not ready, Martin decided to grant an interview to the media, which interview was granted outside the premises of the OSP. So he was done with his media interview, and then he returned to the premises of the OSP. It was at the entrance of the OSP that a police officer raised objection to Martin granting an interview. So Martin, in fact, challenged them on grounds that he had every right to grant such an interview, more particularly when it was not held within the premises of the OSP. The military officer who did not have a name tag on joined the police officer in the confrontation. So I was a bit of a distance away from where they were. So there were verbal exchanges. Martin then proceeded to where I was, and then we requested to make a formal complaint against the officers at the gate. And we were told that the complaint center was not available to take our complaint. And for that matter, we should attend on to the invitation and then return. By which time they were very certain that the complaint center would be available to take our complaint. Then we arrived at the inquiry board, and the first thing we raised was the fact that we were verbally abused at the gate. And for that matter, we would actually want them to investigate that matter before we even go into the substantive matter for which we were before them. Then they said, okay, they would get down there to where we were on the 5th floor. So they said they were getting down to the ground floor to make their investigations and then return to us. So we were surprised when they returned to tell us that Martin was under arrest for obstructing an officer of the special prosecutor at the entrance. That's the charge for which Martin was arrested. And then we proceeded to deal with bail matters. They said he was going to be admitted to bail, and the terms were that he should bring a landed document in his own name and then one surety. So the office of the special prosecutor is 10 minutes drive from Martin's office. So I had directions from him to pick a landed document from his table and present to the OSP. Just when I dived across to our office and picked the document and returned, I was told Martin was fixed away. And that's it. That's it.
So have you been able to establish currently where he is?
Not at all.
What have you been told?
Nothing. Upon my return, all I was told is that Martin is no longer available at the OSP. That's it. Where is he? And no one is willing to answer that question.
So what do you intend to do next?
Yes, so we are still looking for Martin. So we decided to do a man search. So we're moving from one police station to the other to find out where Martin is actually being kept. Because it's serious. And I think Ghanaians should, come out in their numbers to condemn this conduct. And it is something that we should not accept as a growing democracy.
Well, thank you very much, Lawyer Bia. We'll come back to you later for more update. Now to some other stories. Members of the Technical University Seniors Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAG, at the Kumasi Technical University have deserted their post and say they will not return until their concerns are addressed. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Doris Lonta has the details.
The action follows a nationwide strike declared by the association on Tuesday, December 2, 2025, in protest over the delayed payment of their one-time research allowance, which has been outstanding for almost 17 months. To success, the industrial action has become necessary due to the government's continual failure to release the funds, despite an agreement signed on July 10, 2024. A visit to the Kumasi Technical University showed that senior administrators responsible for reviewing and approving admission letters were not at their desk. Speaking to Channel 1 News, KSTU's local TUSAG chairman, Akwesi Safo Ajeman stressed that members will not be swayed by verbal assurances and will only return to work when the allowance is fully paid.
If you enter into an agreement with someone and you fail to do your part, the other person has the legitimate right to do anything that he thinks can force you to do your part. And that's just what we are doing now.
He added that admissions will be on hold until they resume work.
We will not turn anybody out that don't come here. Because we are on strike. They can be coming here to submit their applications. But the one who is going to admit them, the officers who are going to admit them, will be on strike. So until the time that we suspend the strike, no admission will be made.
Two SAG members have vowed not to return to work until their demands are fully met. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Doris Lonta, Ashanti Region.
You're still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom. Still ahead. Black Queen's Chair calls for reliable support to boost team's progress. We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay with us.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you it's your boy. Kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the grades. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boy, faha.
You are welcome to two of Ghana's finest addresses, Willow Lane and Alphabet City, located at Sakomon. Alphabet City is a premier gated community with 24/7 security. Willow Lane, where luxury meets comfort, spacious 4-bedroom homes with walk-in closet, elevators, and gourmet kitchens. Two lifestyles, one trusted developer at Waylead. Our buildings are ready for you to move in right now. So visit waylead.org or call 0240 111119 to book a private tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Me and you coffee be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial *712#. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
Join our family for AFCON Morocco 2025 from 21 December to 18 January. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
In December 2023, the biggest play in the history of African theatre made its debut.
God of Iron, I stand on oath.
You saw it.
We sent you all the way to Ileife to bring us greetings from Ifa.
By popular demand and in honor of Maoli Salevo, Image Bureau, in partnership with April Communications and the National Theatre, presents The Gods Are Not to Blame. This December 17th, 7 p.m., 18th, 7 p.m., and 19th, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. at the National Theatre. Visit www.imagebureaugh.com or dial *714*46# for your tickets. Single 250 cedis, double 400 cedis. Supported by New Plant Car Rentals, Ghana Tourism Authority, Balakwa. Sponsors Stambic Bank, our media partners, and proudly brought to you by MTN.
Thanks for staying with us. Up next is Channel 1 Sports with Yao J. Minta. You're welcome, Yao.
Oh, thank you very much, Remo.
What's in sports?
Oh, a lot to talk about with the Black Queens.
Well, let's get on with it.
Sure thing. Now, chairperson of the Ghana Women's FA Cup Committee, Rosalena Mo, is calling for consistent financial support for Ghana's national women's football team as the Black Queens look to build on its recent success. The Black Queens finished third at the 2024 AFCON and delivered an encouraging display against England despite losing by 2-0 to the reigning European champions in a recent friendly. Amo believes the team's recent momentum must not be undermined by recurring funding challenges.
So what we need to do is to ensure that at least what is the barest minimum that the Queens require, we give to them. So for instance, there should be no issues about their bonuses. If there is a qualification bonus or there's a per diem that needs to be given to them, both the playing body and the technical team, that should be done so that there will be no, hold back. And also going forward, if next year when we go to the Women's AFCON in Morocco, it is also going to be the World Cup qualifier. We desire to go to the World Cup. So what are we going to do? Just as it was a project for the Black Stars to qualify for the World Cup in 2026, so should be the Morocco tournament be a project for the Black Queens to qualify for the 2027 World Cup.
Now, Brighton and Hove Albion owner Tony Bloom is facing allegations in a High Court claim that he operated a secret £600 million football betting syndicate using offshore accounts, according to British media outlet The Times. The claim was filed by Ryan Dudfield, a former employee at Bloom's betting consultancy Star Lizard. Court papers allege the syndicate used third-party accounts, including those of high-profile figures, to place football bets on games. And that's it for sports. I am Yao AJ Minta. Freeman, over to you.
I'll see you later. Thank you. And that's how we wrap up. This has been the Channel 1 Newsroom. Thank you for watching. I'm Freeman Edunyami.